This lesson is on the order of operations. Your reference pages in the book are pages 8 to 12. Now, the order of operations is the order in which operations are performed. There's a specific order that we perform our operations in. When we do the order of operation, we are trying to simplify. To simplify means to replace the expression with the simplest name for its value. For example, we know the numerical expression 3 plus 4. It's simplest, if we were going to simplify that, we would write 7 because 3 plus 4 is 7. So its simplest name is 7. That's what it means to simplify. And though we'll have much more complex problems, that is what we will be doing. The order of operations goes in a specific way. First of all, you use parentheses, or some people say grouping symbols. We see parentheses most often, but you can also see brackets like these two as grouping symbols. And they are grouping symbols and are treated like parentheses, meaning they're done first. The second thing that gets done in a problem is exponents. And if you'll remember that exponents have a base number, and then the exponent is the little number at the top. Here is where it gets confusing for people sometimes, because the next steps say multiplication or division. Many of you have probably heard PEMDAS, and so you think of it as multiplication and then division, but it's multiplication or division going from left to right. That's why I have L to R there. And then addition or subtraction going left to right. Now, a phrase that people use to remember this is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. You might have heard that. And that would be, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. But remember, it's multiplication or division, addition or subtraction, left to right. So here's an example of putting the order of operations into use. This problem says 4 plus 15 divided by 3. Now, if we were just doing it left to right, we'd add 4 and 15, and then it would be 19 divided by 3, and it would equal 6.33. But that would be incorrect, because the order of operations says that we have to do multiplication or division before we do addition or subtraction. So the first step would be to divide 15 by 3, and that would give us an answer of 5. So we brought 4 times 5. We simplified that, we got 5. Now we're going to simplify 4 plus 5, and we will get 9. Okay, that's a very simple order of operations problems, and ours are going to be a little more complex. So let's go over now to your check understanding on page 11. And in the first part, what it asks you to do is to decide which operation would be first and explain why it is first. So the first problem says 35 times 98. Remember that dot means times 98 minus 50. In the order of operations, if we look at PEMDAS, it's multiplication or division, addition or subtraction, left or right. Well, so we're going to start with the multiplication. That would be our first choice, multiplication. And because the order of operations says multiplication is before subtraction. That's what you would write for your explanation. Look at the second one. 115 minus 87 plus 29. Well, it says to do addition or subtraction left to right. So it's really important that even though the subtraction is first, and in PEMDAS you see it the second, it's addition or subtraction left to right. So we would simply subtract 115 and 87. All right, because it's addition or subtraction left to right, the way we read. The last one has a parentheses. So even though this says 4 times 67 divided by 6, we want to do what's in parentheses first. So the first thing we would do is divide, because it says to do parentheses before multiplication. Now, in the second part, it asks you to simplify each expression. So that means that we're going to work them out. I'm going to do 4, 8, and 9 with you. And you can do the rest on your own, because I want to just review some of the highlights. Number 4 says 6 minus 6 divided by 3. So the first thing we're going to do is simplify 6 divided by 3, and that would be 2. Now what we're doing is what I call replacement math. We keep working down till we get it simplified. We have simplified 6 divided by 3 into 2. Now we're going to do 6 minus 2, and it's going to be 4. This is what your math work should look like, so that you can look at every step and see what you did. Okay, I simplified this by dividing, and I got 2. And then I subtracted these 2 and got 4. Now, problem 8 gives you brackets. And it says 2 plus 6 times 8, another bracket, minus 1. So, following the order of operations, the first thing we're going to need to do is 6 times 8, which is 48. But we still have 2 plus 48 in brackets and then minus 1. So 2 plus 48 is 50. And we're doing that because it's a grouping symbol. It's parentheses. 50 minus 1. And the final answer is 49. The last one uses a bar, a fraction bar. And a fraction bar acts just like parentheses. So if you see a fraction bar, you have to do that first. So it says 6 plus 2 divided by 4. So the first thing you're going to do here is, this is just like parentheses. So it says do this part first and then follow it. So this is the parentheses. So we'd be going 6 plus 8 divided by 4. Now, the next step says to do division before we do addition and subtraction. 8 divided by 4 would be 2. So we've got 6 plus 2, and our final answer would be 8. Okay, let's review your final answers now for check understanding. Number 5 said 21 minus 13 plus 8. And so order of operations says to do addition or subtraction left to right. So you should have subtracted 13 from 21 and got 8, and then added 8 to 8 to get 16. In number 6, it said 7 plus 3 times, in parentheses, 8 divided by 4. So according to operations, you should have done parentheses first, divided 8 by 4 and got 2, then multiplied 3 times 2 to get 6, and finally add 6 to 7 to get 13. Remember, your work should look like this, replacing each thing as you do it. I replaced 8 divided by 4 with 2. I replaced 3 times 2 with 6, and finally replaced 7 plus 6 with 13. Your final one says 2 times 15 minus 9 times 9. So we do 15 minus 9 first because it's in parentheses to get 6. Then multiply 2 times 6 to get 12. And then multiply 12 times 9 to get 108. If you have any questions about this, please come talk to me tomorrow. In class, you'll be working on pages 11 through 12, 11 through 35 odd, and 52 through 56 all. See you in class.